Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Kellison and today I will be teaching you how to navigate the QPAS system. The first thing that you're going to need to do is navigate to the organization dashboard. You can do this from your home page. In your home page, you will see a list of your sites, and on the right hand side there will be a list of action buttons. It doesn't matter which action button you select as long as you select one, and then you will need to click on Organization Dashboard. That will navigate you to a page that looks like this. I do want to mention before we really get started that this tutorial video will not cover any content related questions such as anything in the standards or guidelines. However, if there's ever a time where you do have a question about a criteria or the policies, you can always just scroll down to the bottom of the page and select this link here that reads Ask a Question. That will open up a couple of boxes where you can enter your question. You can also give the question a title name. And then under the specific area, you can set it to the department that it needs to go to. So if it's a question regarding the criteria or the policies, you would need to select the Policies and Procedure department. If this is a question in regards to any of the administrative or technical aspects of QPAS, you can always set the specific area to General. You can type in your question and then hit Submit, and that will go directly to your representative. So going back to the organization dashboard, I'm going to start by going into your evidence section and teaching you how to upload your evidence. What you would need to do to get to your evaluation is click on the tab that reads Manage Evaluations. When you click on Manage Evaluations, it's going to first take you into the Transforming Evaluation tab. If you're in Annual Reporting, you will need to click on the Annual Reporting tab. When you do that, you will then see your site. First thing that you'll see is it'll tell you what program you are in, the organization and the practice. The status will be set to Ready, meaning that you are now able to start uploading your evidence to submit it. It'll even keep track of the date that you enrolled. This blue star is actually the certificate from your previous recognition. If you click on that, that will open a new page, and you can then see your certificate, which you can download and print out for your records. The requirements for annual reporting states that you have to submit all of your evidence 30 days prior to your anniversary date. If we look at the certificate, you can see that this practice recognition is going to expire June 7th of 2018. This is their current recognition that they have. In order to complete PCMH 2017, you have to submit all evidence 30 days prior to this date. So that would mean submitting all evidence May 7th in order to keep your anniversary date of June 7th. After you have finished PCMH 2017, the reporting date column as well as the anniversary date column will update. So next year when you re-enroll, you'll see exactly what date you'll need to report on in order to maintain that anniversary date. To get to your evaluation from this section, you will need to click on the Actions button and then select Program Dashboard. That will take you to a page that looks like this, and there's a couple of things that you will notice. The first thing is the Getting to Know Your Practice questionnaire, as well as the Annual Reporting questionnaire. These two questionnaires need to be completed before you can submit for your recognition. After you complete these questionnaires, you will then see an Evaluation tab. and this is where you would go to upload your evidence. So let's go ahead and click on that. And now you will see the annual reporting requirements for patient-centered medical home. When you click on this tab, that'll open up all of the components that you are required to complete for recognition. You'll see the AR-BH all the way through the ARTC. To do an example, let's click on the ARTC. This is read as Annual Reporting Team-Based Care. Now you will see two new tabs. ARTC has two components to it. It has TC1, which is pre-visits planning activities, as well as ARTC2, which is employee experience feedback. Let's click on the first one, which is the pre-visit planning activities. Now this is the area that you'll start uploading or answering questions in. So click on that, and now you will see the question that is asking for you to complete. The question for this one is, does your practice anticipate and plan for upcoming visits? You will need to check all that apply. So in this case, this practice checked all of these three items. You will hit save, and then you'll need to go over to the right side and state ready for check-in. When you click on that button, this field will turn purple, and it'll state that this item was checked in by this person on this date. This is essentially a way to keep track of what you're doing. So when you go through this evaluation, you can determine what items are completed or what is left to do. This button also puts it in a queue to be transmitted once you finalize the whole application and submit it for recognition. So you will always need to state ready for check-in for each and every element that you do and component that you finish. To back out an item that's stated ready for check-in, you'll just need to re-click on the button. That'll unset the item, and you can rearrange your answers or upload a different document. So let's pretend that you went into a section that does require you to upload a documentation. To do an example, I'm going to click in ARPA. This is Annual Reporting Patient-Centered Access. When you click on this tab, you're going to see three items within it. Just to do an example, I will click in ARPA1. This is labeled Patient Experience Feedback Access. Within this tab, there's going to be an additional three items. You're going to see Patient Experience Data, Patient Experience the Report, and Patient Experience Survey Tool. I'm going to click in Patient Experience Report. When you click on this item, it's going to ask you to upload a document. All you need to do is click on the Add New Evidence button. Make sure that the Document tab is highlighted blue, and you will also see a rectangular box. If you click in that box, this will open up your folders where you can just drag and drop the document in or double click it in. And then once that document is in, you'll hit save, and then you'll go over to the right and click ready for check-in. So let's go down. Another feature to this is we have different evidence. This is located in every single component, every single element. This is for if you have a piece of evidence that you want to use for a section, but you're not quite sure if it works. If you click on this button, this gives you more insight in what that entails. So this is unstructured evidence directly to this criteria if you cannot furnish the suggested evidence, or if you feel that you can demonstrate the intent of this criteria in a different way. The button Link Evidence is if you have a document in a different section that you want to use within this section as well. Instead of having to re-upload the same document, you could simply attach it, since that document is already stored, it would have been stored in the Upload Evidence tab, which is known as the Evidence Library. So when you click on that button, it'll drop down a search field. All you have to do is type the name of the document, and that will pull it into this section where you can then hit Add Link. If this document is not already preloaded into the account, you'll just need to add it from your computer files, which you can do by clicking Add New Evidence. And again, you'll see that rectangular drop-down box. Once you have finished uploading all documents in this evaluation, the last and final step would be to scroll all the way to the top of the evaluation and finalize the application by clicking Submit for Recognition. This is the absolute last step. Do not click this button until all parts of this evaluation is complete. And just as a reminder, you do need to submit 30 days before your current recognition expires. When you do submit, what will happen is all of your evidence within this application will then be transmitted to one of our evaluators. They will review your application, look over your evidence, and then based on the information, they will recognize you if everything is acceptable, or they will contact you to request additional information or if there's any issues that they're finding. Unlike the transforming phase, annual reporting does not have check-ins. The only time that you will or potentially might have a check-in is if you get audited. If you do get audited, an evaluator or your representative will reach out to you to explain the situation, and they will set up a meeting with you and that evaluator. But other than that, typically annual reporting does not have any check-ins, and there's no check-ins through this process. Now I'm going to go back to your organization dashboard. To get back to the organization dashboard, all you have to do is click on this line item that's right after the home forward dash. And that's going to take you back to a page that looks like this. The next section that I want to cover is managing people and roles. To get to that tab, you would scroll down, and on the right side you'll see the tab labeled Manage People and Roles, which you'll need to click on. In this account, you're going to notice that there's two roles. The first role is the Organization Administrator role. This role includes people who have access to do everything and anything within this account. The other role is our Contributor role. This only allows the user to upload evidence, but nothing else. They can't even submit the evidence for recognition. So the Contributor role is very limited. If there's ever a time where you need to change the Contributor role, you can just click on the Edit button. That'll drop down a field that looks like this, where you can then check mark the box for Organization Administrator and unselect the box for Contributor role and hit Update. If there's ever a time where you wanted to limit someone's access, you could do it where you would select Contributor role, unselect the Organization role, and then hit Update. So, going one step farther, if you wanted to remove a person fully out of this account, all you have to do is unselect both boxes, meaning both of these boxes will be completely blank with no check marks. You'll then hit Update, and that person will be completely removed from this line area, and they will no longer have access back into the account. If you needed to add a new user into this account, you just need to click on the Add New Person button. That'll drop down where you can fill out these fields with their information. You would hit Add again, and all that individual would have to do is pretend that they're enrolling into the account. The moment they enter their email address, it'll auto-populate stating that they have a connection with this site or this account, and it'll prompt them to reset a password. They'll just follow through with that, and the moment they set up their password, they'll have immediate access into the account. However, whenever you add a person, QPass automatically sets them to a contributor role. The individual who is the contributor will not be able to change his or her role. Only an organization administrators have access to change the role for them. Now I'll go back onto the organization dashboard, and the last section that I want to go over is our Get Help section, which is located at the bottom of the organization dashboard on the right side. This area houses a lot of great information. In this section, you'll see an overview of the sustaining process video. This process video is only 4 minutes long, but it covers what you can expect during this annual reporting phase. We also have the annual sustaining requirements, which you can click on this button here to view them. If all else fails and you see nothing within this section to help you with any of your questions, just scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on the Ask a Question link, and one of our representatives will be able to reach out and assist.